Boy, I'm drinking watermelon. We be all night. Anywho, child. Good morning. Did you guys miss me last night while I was over there getting my, swerve on my boot scoot boogie with Miss Yonsei? Did you guys miss me last night? Um, I had a great time at the concert. First of all, that lady be giving productions. Like, I saw her get her little piece of Chris Brown on too, though. You feel what I'm saying? A little piece. Because Miss Man was also flying in the air. She had two different little objects she was flying in the air with. I don't want to spoil it for some of the people that may be going and haven't seen it. But I was like, okay. I mean, maybe y'all seen it on social media, but I know I was avoiding looking at some of the photos and stuff. I did see the one on social media where she was riding a horse, but there was another one that she was riding through the crowd on, and I didn't know about that one. Okay, then she had a whole separate stage, and I said, "Girl, this giving breezy a little bit. I like it. We love production sign. Okay, graphics on the screen. I just love it. I just love her audacity and boldness, and just really good. She did a really, really great job, as always. So shout out to B for coming in, blessing the people with the things that they need. Hello. Um, so love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Had a great time. All right, y'all. So I came to the crib, you know what I'm saying? And the bitch was tired, okay? So y'all ain't getting nothing from me, and that's why we here today. All right. We are here to talk about last night's episode. Okay. Of Love Island USA. And make sure you're liking up the video. If you're coming in, you haven't liked yet. We got already 100 people in here. So shout out to y'all. Go ahead and like the video. Let's get the likes to match. If we could go ahead and get, 100 likes. That'd be great. And can I say this, first of all, before I even start my video, I have to say thank you guys so much. Y'all do not understand. Thank you so freaking much. Right? It does take a lot to get up, do this content, watch the content, take the notes from the content, come down, even go live, right? And some people don't go live. They may, you know, do a pre-recorded video, but there's a lot of editing and things that go into it, and it's a lot of hard work. So for you guys to come support myself and other content creators and just watch our content, subscribe to the channel. First of all, have to say thank you. Okay. You guys got me to 97,000 subscribers. Shout out to all of y'all. Shout out to all of you guys for coming aboard. Okay. Now, y'all are going to have to let me know in the comments some other shows that you guys have been checking out, that you're looking forward to checking out, that you're interested in. You know what I'm saying? Because I am open to some new shows, but we shall see. We shall see. Yeah, because the show also got to entertain me too, child. Hello, because some people be sending stuff. I be like, girl, this is not entertaining to me. If you want me to give you like a good review, on, I gotta be a piece of entertain. This ain't it. But aside from that, shout out to y'all. Thank you all so much for getting me to 97,000 subscribers. Um, I can't believe that I'm just 3,000 or a little under 3,000 away from hitting 100,000. It would be awesome if I can hit that number by my birthday, which is August 22nd. But if not, it is okay. It is okay because the point is we going to get there, okay? And we just going to get there this year. But if you guys would like to help me get there faster, you know what I'm saying? Make sure that you liking, commenting, okay, sharing the video, and also continuing to subscribe to the channel. Now, I want us to go ahead. Let me get my notes up over here. I saw somebody say Big Brother. I've thought about it. I'm not going to hold y'all, but I haven't watched it in a minute. I haven't watched Big Brother in a minute. I think I watched the season after they did Celebrity Big Brother with Tamar. I can't remember, the black guy won. And everybody pretty much did this whole alliance, and it was like the whole black, everybody in the house had like the black alliance, the cookout, baby. That was a good season. That was a good little piece. That was a good little piece, okay? That was a good little piece. I love it. So I might tune in. How y'all feel? We may have to do a poll on that. We may have to do a poll on that one and see how everybody is feeling about that show. Oh, you know what would be cool too? If I were to do that season and it was actually interesting, I probably could get my bestie sister to like hop on and chat with me about it too because she was also on Big Brother a few years ago. That would probably be cool. We'll see. We'll see. They got to be entertaining though. But aside from that, um let's get into the show. Let's get into the show. Let's get into the show because this is really why y'all here. All the other folks like, girl, we not here for that float. Like, get into the meat. Get into what we need to talk about. That's why we here. Reasons. The reasons that we here. So the show starts off with Olandria and Nick, and they're continuing to talk more about Taylor. For me, they're talking more about Taylor than they're talking about themselves. Nick Olandria, I know y'all finna chew me up in the comments. I already know, but can you please add some bang bang seasoning? Okay, just a little piece, girl. Cause I know y'all finna get on my head top. All right. Um, I also feel like I'm tired of people asking her. Like, I know we're about to be over in a few days, but it's like, y'all, they ain't been together in a few weeks. Like, can we stop asking her about Taylor, how she feel about Taylor and stuff like that? That kind of makes me think that if they're continuing to ask her about Taylor, she wasn't fully over him. No matter what she may have been telling us, she wasn't fully over that man, right? So Nick, what I did notice, I will say this, what I did notice was that Nick was rubbing Olandria's shoulder. And I said, okay, Nick, I think Nick might take a strong liking to her for real. My issue with Nick is the fact that I feel like Nick, to me, likes everybody. And that's my issue. He likes everybody. I'm just like, ugh. So I want to believe that he's into Olandria and vice versa. And maybe it's because they're connecting so late in the game, right? So it's taking some time to get there. But it sucks for them because it's about to be over. But they still need to be in my top my big three. But I did like the fact that he was rubbing her shoulder because I felt like Taylor didn't really give her that. She had to tell this man. I was like, yes, rub on her. That's why he kind of slick checked Taylor as the last episode when Taylor was trying to say, it's the small things or whatever. And he was just like, yeah, I make sure I do this and that. I make sure I do all of the SHI that you wasn't trying to do. I make sure them edges of that pancake is crisped in them up. What you talking about? Yeah. Don't worry about me, sweetheart. Don't worry about me, sweet. This, that, splat. Okay, don't worry about me. Cause I'm gonna make sure she good. Cause remember, don't say that to don't put your hands on me. Cause remember, you was the one that was trying to send her home. Remember that? What you said? And you trying to sit up here and tell me how I need to be with her and the small thing. Yeah, the small thing she would have liked if your ass would have voted for her to stay in the house. I was the one that had to speak up. Don't put your hands on me. Back up off me now. Okay, so that's what it was given a little bit, when I think about it, child. So then Nick says he's glad to be supported by America. And I said, baby, you have no idea. You have no idea of how the people out here in America is supporting y'all. I am looking forward to next week because next week is the week that I'm hoping they do some interviews and I just got to get thoughts. I need thoughts. I need to know how people are feeling truly now that they ain't in the house with the same islanders, right? I need to know about how they're feeling with the response from the fans, okay? I wish it was somebody that wanted to be this dedicated to give each islander a timeline or a thread timeline of America's reactions when they did certain things in the villa. I don't know if they want to look at the first week and highlight the 1 to 3 things that they did that first week, and this was America's response. Second week, BIT, you did this and this. This was America's response. Like, I really want them to know how we felt about everything, and I feel like they are gonna see everything over time because it was so much that happened. But I'm like, anybody that want to get them threads going, or whether you do it on threads or IG threads or Twitter. Go ahead. And you could do the big folk. You could do the big characters, okay? Primarily Ace, Chelley, Nick, Olandria, and Huda. Those 5. That's what we really those really the ones we need y'all to dedicate y'all time to. Hello? That's what I want to see. Um I'm sorry. I see I have 2 super chats. Let me get to those real quick. Hey Tierra, thank you so much for the super chat. Would you recap Real Housewives of Miami? I don't know. I did that one season before and it was cool. I don't know how far they are into this season. It's something to think about. If I can be honest, I am open to other shows right now because sometimes the Real Housewives world, the people can do too damn much, if you know what I'm saying. Okay. And I feel like it'd be somewhat a little worse than Love Island because these are people that you have to see on a recurring basis. Whereas with Love Island, this season was the worst, but we're not gonna really see them folks no more. So we ain't gotta really battle it out with y'all in the comments or anywhere else about the same damn folks. Whereas with Miami, it's a little different. And I think I fell off like maybe a season or two. So I don't know. I'll think about it. I mean, is there anything really happening on the show? I don't even know how many episodes they got, but it's something to think about. Thank you so much for the super chat. Mrs. Samuels, thank you so much for the super chat. Hey Jamie, did you see Clark and Taylor's interview? Nick told Taylor he was into Olandria. No, I have not seen that. If anybody wants to like send it to me on IG or at me with the link on Twitter, that'd be great so that I could check it out. Thank you guys so much. I will check that out because I have not. Thank you so much. And thank you for the super chat. All right, guys. So, Nick talks about how I guess America, saw that he and Olandria been through a lot. And I'm like, Nick, you really ain't been through a whole lot of stuff to me. I feel like Olandria has, with the Taylor situation. But I mean, because even with you getting kicked out of the villa, you still returned to a coupling. Olandria got kicked out of a villa and returned to a coupling that she didn't have. Okay. Returned to a damn thruppling somewhat and her man being coupled up with somebody else. So I feel like Olandria did kind of go through more than Nick did. And Nick, I'm gonna clock the fuck out your tea before we finish this review. Understand, okay? Nah, I'm gonna get you. I mean, Nick ain't as bad, as I felt about him earlier on, right? But you still got some ways about you, honey. But anywho, so Ace and Chelley, Ace says that he is still processing the fact that Taylor left. I'm like, you saying it like it just happened a week ago or something. Like, of course you're still processing it. He just walked out the villa 30 minutes ago. Like, yeah. So he says if anybody deserves happiness, it's Taylor. Okay. Why would you say it's Taylor? If anybody deserves happiness, it's Taylor. Are you okay? Taylor? I mean, I feel like all of you guys do deserve happiness, yes. But to put him on the pedestal as if he deserves the most happiness out of everybody was a little cringe for me. I said, I guess. Anywho, so Chelley wants him to cry tonight. She's like, you can cry tonight. It's okay. I'll cry with you. It'd be so funny when Chelley makes a joke and she kind of pauses and then she does her little laugh. It'd be so funny because it'd be like a lame type joke or something. And it's funny. It's funny. So and Ace feeds into it every time. It is so hilarious. So Ace says he expected them to be on the chopping block because America ain't really been feeling them. Right? So they were really surprised to learn that, hey, y'all at the top. Okay. So Chelley says that she was nervous and she was like, wow, when she heard their names called. She said, but it did give her reassurance that, okay, so maybe America does see in him what it is that I'm also seeing. Right. So that's what they were talking about. And I'm like, okay. Ace says that he doesn't give a damn. Ooh, nah, listen. Y'all gonna be mad. Girl, y'all gonna be tapping on my neck bone in a second. Listen, I was here for Ace when he said this. He said he don't give a damn what anyone has to say. He said he feels something. He said if he feels something, then he feels it. Hey, best friend. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Best friend, how are you? How are you? Are you watching? Are you watching? Okay. Cause girl, he telling you what it is, Miss. I don't like that bit. She unattractive. She fake as for he better not bring her around me. If he bring her around me, I'ma act like this and that. Yeah, ma'am, you. Okay. A says he is confident in them and he will still be confident even in them, even if America voted 1,000 times. The same way. I said that's how it's supposed to be. Still be into your person, regardless of what it is that we have to say. Y'all gotta be together. Nah, I ain't gotta be with y'all. I'm just voting for who I like and who I don't. Who I think last and who I don't. Like it is what it is. Let's get to Chris and Huda. Every time I say Huda, y'all, shout out to Tammy Talks because I think about that audio she be playing. That shit be having me weak every time. You're a Huda hater. You hate Huda, man. That shit I be falling out Anytime I say Huda, that's what I think about. So Chris and Huda are talking. She's emotional because Taylor's left. And as much as I want to be like, why are you crying? I get it, because when the villa wasn't fucking with her, honestly, Taylor and Olandria were the only ones really rocking with her. More so Taylor, right? Um, Chris, he's over there not really comforting her. Y'all, Chris had me that whole segment was a kiki. Because the way Chris was there but not present, he was just like, girl. Chris, you know you can leave, baby, right? You know you can self-eliminate, right? You know that you could go ahead and go. You need that money though. You trying to see. And I don't fault him for that. Like, damn, I gotta am I getting some for my troubles? I gotta see if I'm gonna get some for my troubles, goddamn, because she wearing me the hell out. She wearing me low, she wearing me thin. And if I could get a piece of that 100K, I'm just gonna sit through it. Give me my money. Fuck this. I'm like, I get it. I get it. So Huda wants to talk about their talk that they had earlier. And she says, well, I didn't walk off. I just ended the conversation. Why am I thinking about, for the people that watch Martin? Sorry, I lied to you, Martin. I just didn't want to go to Arizona. That's exactly what that sounds like to me. That's what it sounds like to me. She says, I didn't walk off. I just ended the conversation and then got up. Ma'am, ma'am, I did walk off. I was just done. And ma'am, that actually is ending a conversation, okay? When you're saying it was something she said, I think she said, I didn't end the conversation. I just said what I said, got up and walked off. Whatever it was, your walking off abruptly ended that conversation. This is my problem with Huda. You're a Huda hater. This is my problem with Huda. Okay, Huda is not a realistic person. Huda is a unfair person. She's very extremely selfish. She's one-sided, and I don't like that. She can't see other people's situation outside of her own feelings, unless maybe she crossed the girls, because the girls not gonna play with her. It's okay with the guys. She can use and weaponize her sexuality or her sexual chemistry or whatever. But with the ladies, it's a little different. But that, like, the gaslighting is insane to me. The gaslighting is insane. So she says doing things privately is different than publicly. And she says it's just because, PDA isn't in front of others doesn't mean that it isn't valuable or that, I'm embarrassed of you. Huda, let Jeremiah had did some shit like that with you. Let that man have fucked on you. And then when y'all outside with everybody else, he give you the Heisman. What? Do you hear yourself? That, I'm sorry, y'all. Like, that's just unfair to me. I cannot agree. I cannot support it. Like, I'm just like, just reverse the situation, girl. You would not like to feel the way that he feel. I feel like he valid with how he feels. Baby, Chris still up there like this. She told us something. I'm just taking a different approach from my first. I'm just taking a different approach from my first connection. Man, what is different? The attraction is different. That's the only thing that's different. The attraction is different. The way you were all up under Jeremiah, the way that you slipped up, felt so comfortable with that man enough to say I love you on more than one occasion. You are not attracted to Chris physically, in my opinion, but I think that she is attracted to his qualities, if that makes sense. And how he doesn't really combat her, how he just chills and let her do what she wants and just what suppresses how he feels. And that's actually not a good look, right? Because at some point he might blow up on your ass if he's not expressing himself and you're the only person that gets to get off what you're trying to say. You don't know how to properly and effectively communicate, love. You need to work on that. You need therapy for real. You do need to, take the time that you need, especially after this experience and the DMs and the comments and the way people really going to be on your head once you're finally out of the villa. You are going to need some mental space for yourself so that you can show up for your daughter. I don't think a relationship is what she needs at this time. I don't see her and Chris going any further than the villa at all. They may talk here or there because it's so natural after a while talking to talking to that person, but it's not going anywhere. And it shouldn't go nowhere, honestly. He should go back overseas. Anywho, Huda asked if he's checked out. He said, yeah, low key. And he said, I'm tired of, getting nowhere. And her walking off and not saying anything, he kind of felt disrespected that you just ended the conversation because you didn't want to hear what you wanted to hear. You did that same shit to JD. But everybody else that supports Huda, y'all can support who you choose to support. We all have that right to support who we want to support. I just merely want to highlight the fact that there has been a reoccurring theme with your girl, a recurring theme with her from Jeremiah all the way down, and how she responds and how she reacts when she's not getting her way. It's just what that is, okay? So good luck, okay? Um so she says this, and he said exactly what I was thinking. She says, so if this is not something you want to pursue, okay, I'll leave you alone. Well, where's my okay? Because where that because I'm like, what the hell? Who said that? Who said that? He didn't even say that. Like what? And this is the tactics that she uses when she's not getting her way. What she really does though is she also has an issue with interpreting things because the way she projected out was what she was hearing from him. And I feel like she's often used to being rejected, and because she's used to being rejected, those are her defense mechanisms to make herself feel okay. I know where this is going. If you don't want to talk to me, then that's okay. Like she's already trying to prepare herself for the upset or the rejection of it all. And it's like, just listen, like everything doesn't have to be that. Okay. um yeah, you just need a little work. You just need a little work. You just need to get another way of thinking, another way of seeing people's perspectives and stuff. Like she just need a little work, and I'm not gonna come down too hard on her like I would love to, because the human part is a lot of people have been through that. And I know I've had my own issues and stuff, and then going through therapy, I just handle stuff so differently, and I'm glad that I did, because eventually I have the partner that I have, and my communication tactic is just so different. Like we communicate so differently, and in my opinion, compared to what I've had, it's just so healthy, and I appreciate that. So I mean, you just need to do some work, girl, but you're nowhere near prepared for a relationship at all, and damn sure don't need to be having no more kids. Okay, so just hold off on that. Anywho, so Chris says, no one says that. Okay, why do you do that? No, why do you do that? Ain't nobody even say that. He says she always does stuff like this. Like you always say what it is that I'm not actually saying to you. That's not what's good. But she do that all the time though. Like, girl, you got so much work to do, because the way you be coming back lying, like I'll never forget how you lied on Jeremiah talking about he wants to move in with you or whatever the case was. Then when you was talking to the girls last week, you want to sit up there and say some we communicate so well and this, that. And I'm like, girl, you just want to feel like you're in a good coupling just like them. You just up here lying. You have a lying issue too. Now, see, I don't have that issue, but you have a lying issue that you got. You have a manipulation and a lying issue. I need you to get this shit together. Please get it together. Ooh, girl, girl, damn, you just got, girl. You know what? Let me keep going because there's something else I want to say. So, um, he says just because he's checked out right now doesn't mean he wants to end it. I said basically he realized he don't have much options and he trying to still have access to the money. That's what it's given to me. That's why he said, just because I'm checked out right now don't mean that I want to end it. Well, I will say I have to agree with her, because it's like, well, you did just say that you low key checked out. But you all, like you said, you low key checked out because she keeps walking off. So if you were low key checked out, you probably would have said, well, I'm low key checked out about us having this conversation all the time. So low key checked out, I probably would have thought that you're probably over this whole situation. But then also, right? I would have asked, when you say low key checked out, can you be more specific? Hello? Are you talking about the situation, or are you talking about us as a coupling, being in the villa as a whole? Like, it's okay to ask a person to elaborate on what it is that they're saying, right? Instead of just taking what it is that you want and then reacting to the bullshit. Like, it makes it worse. Um, so then Huda still she gets up and she leaves again. But I feel like she thinks that she's handling it differently than what she did the last time, because she said something to him and then she gets up and she walks off. And I say, BITCH, you're still doing the same thing that you did the last time, which is why he felt disrespected, which is why he is continuing to be frustrated. So he says her priorities are fucked up. He says, because you still want to fuck on me, but you don't want to kiss me in public. For me, I don't see anybody in this world that would think something like that is okay. I mean, well then let me not say that. Cause some people be okay with being a side chick. Hello. Some people be okay with not letting other folks in their business, giving that type of PDA. But I have another theory. I have another thought about this. Okay, but let's keep going. So Huda talks to Brian, right? I said she talks with Brian to manipulate him. That's what I said. She says it takes her a while to get there, especially after being so hurt by someone. I said, girl, shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. It takes you a minute to get to PDA with somebody after being hurt, but you'll open your legs to the person. And I'm not trying to shame you, but I am shaming your ass just a little bit, and people can feel how the fuck they want to feel. Because sometimes without shame, there is no change. Period. Okay? So are you okay? Are you okay? What are you trying to do different? What is taking you a minute to get there? But you was already there day one with Jeremiah. Day 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Girl, you was there for quite a few days with him. Even after he chose to separate from you, you still was on that same stuff. So what are you talking about? It takes you a minute to get there, but you hunching on. Baby, Mika, when I tell you we see each other, Mika, when I tell you, or is it Micah? I'm going to say Mika, M-I-K. We see each other, B-I-T. And I'm going to say, and I'm going to get to that. Do you hear what I say? So she talks about how she doesn't want to get hurt. Like, child, first of all, you still smashing a man. What do you mean? You opening your legs to him, you're literally getting hurt right now. That's why you're over there crying, talking about, I don't want to disappoint him. I don't want to do you really like me? Like, you over there wiping your tears and stuff, talking about disappointing him. And I also feel like, don't disappoint yourself. If you know that you're trying to move differently wholeheartedly. You ain't got to smash on that man. That right there should have been the challenge for you. Okay? Anywho, so Ace goes to talk with Chris, and Chris is frustrated that they can't come to an understanding, and that's a red flag. Chris. Number one, I feel like you played twice in my face. One, when she was talking to you and you said you low-key tapped out, basically. Right? But then when she says what she says, do you want to say, that don't mean I want to give it up or let it go? Bro, that's not what you've been telling other folks in the villa, and that's not how you've been showing up and how you've been acting. When y'all got selected to stay, you look like, damn, I was hoping we leave. Okay? So you are low-key over the entire experience with her, and you also don't know how to fucking communicate. That's why I say now I'm realizing that you are attracted to emotionally unstable people because you too are emotionally unstable in some way, shape, or damn form. That is why. Because the fact that you can also tell a person how you feel, and let me say this too, and let me scale back on that a little bit, because sometimes, again, different people bring out different things in you, and it could be a situation where he don't feel comfortable sharing that stuff with Huda because of how Huda may react. He could be trying to avoid a reaction that Jeremiah got, which is possibly why he's teetering the lines on telling her sometimes how he feels. So instead of her lashing out, her new mechanism of what she does is getting up and just leaving. And then that's if you're a guy. If you're a girl, she's going to cry. And she's going to cry. And then she's going to cry. And then she's going to cry. And then she's going to tell you, I love you. I love you. I love you so fucking much. Huda, I don't need you to love nobody more than you love your fucking self. You understand? And y'all can clip this, send it, do what you need to do. You don't need to be out here loving nobody else more than you love yourself. That's just how I feel about that. I feel like you may give up too much of yourself, then you get your damn feelings hurt, girl. I need her to watch this entire show back, but let me keep going because I think I put that in my notes. So Ace is over there giving support to Chris, right? Oh yeah. So Chris said the girl was a walking red flag. I don't give a damn about how you feel, Chris, about her being a walking red flag, because didn't you kind of say that energy she gives off, you like it? It wasn't that much of a threat to you. So now that you're seeing how she's communicating, now it's a red flag. No, NIGGA, you're a red flag. You're a fucking red flag. Okay? You have a decent way of communicating, but Just because a person knows how to properly talk, fuck boys know how to talk too. Right? They know how to make you think that they understand and all this and that, and I get you and act like they patient and this and that. Like, I mean, shit, even the devil knows how to do that, right? Demons know how to do that. So to me, I'm not calling him a demon or anything, but I'm just saying I know we may see certain characteristics of him that seems like he's just this great, appealing guy, but he also got his FS as well. And you're a red flag too. You're a red flag trying to walk and get to the green flag, which is that coin. So good luck to you, baby. So he's like, just because they are under the covers doesn't mean it's really private. Now, that I do agree with. That I do agree with. And I need y'all to understand. I need y'all to follow me. He's talking to Ace about this. Just because we're under the covers, I need y'all to understand, because we're going to continue to get there. He says, doesn't mean that it's private. Let's keep going. So Ace gives him support and tells him to see it through until they can meet in the middle and have the proper conversation. So just hang in there. Basically, I feel like Ace was telling him, don't leave the villa yet. Like, don't tap out, don't self-eliminate. We get so close. We almost at the end. Just ride it out, dog. Just ride it out. And I also feel like Ace said that from a standpoint of, dang, I done developed another bond with somebody else, and I'm really not interested in seeing somebody else leave. Like, my big dog Taylor just left. I can't see somebody else leave right now. So just hold on tight, right? So I felt like the energy in the villa right now, and y'all let me know if y'all felt the same way. I just felt like the energy was so low vibrational since Taylor left. And it's like, dang, is it because Taylor left? Was Taylor that lively in the villa? Dang, I wish we would have got some unseen bits, which were not edited, but the raw footage, like Big Brother, the live feeds. That's what y'all need to do. Girl, on Wednesdays, give us the live feeds. We ain't got to see all of them, but give us a little piece of a live feed from each couple and what's happening in the villa. Let us see them in their natural element. Then y'all can still give us After Sun on Saturdays, but get a different host. And that's no disrespect, girl. That's no shade. Honestly, Ariana should continue to host. But if you're not gonna have Ariana host it, then girl, let me think about it. I'll find a host for y'all. Okay. But I'm trying to think. But y'all need a new host, because the way that girl had cut off damn, what was her name? The blonde chick. What was her name? When she had called out Huda for how she was over there dancing on Ace, and she pretty much the white girl. Damn, what was her name? Y'all know who I'm talking about. She was teamed up with the black guy from season, I think it was Bergie season. Damn, what was her name? But she cut her off. And I said, oh no, bitch. Deb. There she go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, big queen. It was Deb. Okay. But the way she cut Deb off, I'm like, y'all can pack her up this season. Okay. It's giving hard on the Jamie, don't do that. Don't say that. Okay. Don't do that. Y'all can pack her up. Pack her up and let's replace her. Matter of fact, bring Mara back. Ain't that her name, Mara? The one that was doing it before her. Bring her back. We don't need, send her away. Okay. Matter of fact, ooh, yes. Yes, Tracy. Megan would be a great host. Megan would be great. If y'all want to have influencers on the show, y'all need to probably have some influencers host. Potentially. Maybe bring back Janae. Janae probably would be a good host from last season. Yeah, but like bring back, mix it up, like get us somebody else. I can't take it. Like, but I think Megan would be a great host. I think that would be dope if she would take it, if she's not too busy. But I don't know if that other lady, I feel like that other lady was an Islander. So if we have to stick to Islanders, I probably would go for Janae. But y'all let me know, because there may be some other people over in the UK. Ekin Sue probably wouldn't even been a bad host. And she was on Love Island UK. Ekin Sue probably, I couldn't stand Ekin Sue, but she won me over after a while, honey. I'm not going to hold y'all. I didn't see what the people saw at first, but I see it. And it's like, listen, Ekin Sue, she probably could host it. And that would be great. Zeta would be good too. Yeah, Janae do giggles a lot. I love her laugh though. I love her laugh. It's so freaking cute. I love Janae. She is so pretty. Love my girls. Kiki Palmer. Kiki Palmer would be good too. But if they have to keep it with the Islanders, I would say, ooh, India. Y'all, do y'all know how beautiful India is? Aren't her and Demi still together? The face card is so disrespectful. Because when I tell y'all, India is just, Like, that's a beautiful girl. And I'm surprised they haven't had her sitting down coming over here. Y'all keep bringing this white dude. I forgot his name, but I was like, pack him up. The one that did Love Island Games last year, and he was on there. Pack him up. Pack him up. Pack him up. Okay? Pack him up and go ahead and bring India. But let me keep going, okay? Because I know some people like, girl, I don't even watch this season. I don't know what you're talking about, so I'm sorry. Let's keep going. Okay. So, um, back to the villa. I feel like the vibration was very low. Very, very low. I don't know if it was because somebody left or what, but it was given low. So Huda tells Iris about Chris and the PDA thing. I need y'all to pay attention. Chris just talked to Ace. Huda just talked to Iris, okay? Amaya tells her, listen, I see where Chris coming from because I'm not going to hold you, BLT, if I'm fucking, okay? How's your man? Are we going to fuck him on his back, all right? So if I'm fucking this man on his back and you think you finna go outside, okay? You think you finna go outside and ignore me and not give me a kiss and you got to look around? Then when you want some cootie swap thinking you finna me on his back, baby. Baby. No, I'm looking around. Because who you talk? You can't be talking to me. I'm Casper. I am Casper, baby. Because what you get on the outside is what you going to get on the inside. Period. And shame on you, Chris, too, for not having no piece of a standard. You also just want to get it in as well. I know you want her to do a little more, but I would have had to pull back. No. The same treatment on the outside is the treatment you get on the inside, period. So finally, we got a night where I ain't see nobody fucking. I believe Ace and Chelley could have been over there praying with each other, which was cute. Well, not cute, but you see that they have faith. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to them for that. But I don't think I saw nobody up in there fucking Mariah fucking your man. Like, I don't think I saw that. So Ace wakes up Nick. So everybody get up the next morning. They all excited. Ace, I don't know how Ace has all this energy. This man stays with energy, okay? Stays with energy. Y'all, I liked Ace in the beginning. Then I really stopped liking Ace for majority of the show. I kind of like Ace again, guys. I don't like what he did earlier in the season to my girl Chelley, to Jeremiah. But overall, I like him. I don't think he's a bad person. Chew me up later. Add bang bang. Okay. So anywho, Chris took no first. So when Nick wasn't getting up, child, cause Nick was just woe out. All right. So he finally gets up and he coming down like the girl from like Tanisha from Bag. I ain't getting no sleep cause of y'all. Y'all ain't getting no sleep cause of me. Period. Okay. Get your ass up and get in here. I need some help. Right. Y'all know what? I would not mind seeing Ace on another reality show. I definitely can see Ace on Love Island Games. Now that he's well known on a bigger scale, if he were to do Celebrity Big Brother, I can see it. Chew me later, girl. I can see it. I can. So Chris took Huda breakfast, but did he reject her kiss or something? Or something happened. It's moments between Chris and Huda that they are not showing us. I truly think it may be worse than what we think. Oh yeah, I can see him on Traders too. Yeah, that'll be good. I think it's worse than what we may be thinking, or at least what we're seeing, because he brought her food. When he walks out of the door, she over there kind of like shaking her head, and I'm like, what are we missing here? What are we missing? Are you guys protecting Chris as a black man, or are you guys protecting Huda? What, or are you protecting both of them? Because I'm wondering what was that all about. So, Nick talks about okay, yeah, boom. So now we're back with Nick. Okay, I think at some point Nick may have talked to Ace, and Nick says that he woke up to cuddles. Right? Ace asked if he's ready to dive in. The fact that Ace, and I know Nicolandrian's gonna chew me, the fact that Ace is saying, "Are you ready to dive in?" leaves me to believe that that connection that Nick may want us to think and that Olandria may want us to think is not completely there. Right? And I don't fault them for not fully being there because of when they finally coupled off. They no longer have people in the villa to make them feel like, oh, we shouldn't be moving forward with this. I think that if they would have connected earlier on, I think the connection between them would have been bomb. Like, I mean, that's what I wanted in the beginning. I was hoping he got one of them. They snatched each other up in the beginning. Oh, I wish that would have happened in the beginning, because now that it's happening so late, I don't think that it's being forced so much. Maybe I'm gonna say not forced by the producers, but let me just say this. I just feel like the timing is not working. They're at the beginning, technically, of the connection. I understand why it didn't work when the Casa Amor situation happened, because like I said, they had people in place that kind of affected that a bit, right? But now they don't got nobody, so they could really just go all in. But the fact that Ace is asking him if he's ready to dive in, and they've been coupled up for a few days now, if the attraction had already been there, they would have linked up, in my personal, like Pepe and Iris. Don't hit me, girl. Girl, don't punch me. Scoot back. Scoot back up off me. Don't put your hands on me. Okay? Listen. Because the way Iris be all up on Pepe, and the way Pepe be over there kissing her, and then production, I'm finna dig in y'all ass. No, come back. Have a seat in my office. Sit down. Production, come to the office, please. Why y'all gave us an extended kiss on Pepe and Iris like y'all would do Hannah, but when Nick and Olandria was kissing, y'all cut screen like, yep, enough of that. Let's keep going. What? I wanted to see it. Y'all gave us all that kissing with Amaya, all that damn kissing with Huda and them, everything going down in the speak easy. That's the damn problem right there. That's y'all problem, Olandria. Y'all should have stayed in that damn speak easy. That's where I thought it was going to go down. But then now y'all want to go over there and go do it behind closed doors on some Huda type stuff. Y'all want to do it behind the curtain in the picture booth. Why can't nobody see you? Keep it on the low, so nobody. Okay, come on. That's what Sister said. Keep it on the low so don't nobody know. I don't like that energy. I don't like that. Okay, get it together. So, anywho, Ace asked him if he's ready to dive in. Nick says it's more than friends. And it's like, Nick, baby, who are you convincing? We're going to see it, love. It's more than friends. Bro, every time you guys talk, I'm just letting you know what it looks like to me, okay? Every time y'all talk, you trying to convince Ace that it feels like it's more than friends. That's what, and I just feel like it shouldn't take this long. Pepe and Iris about to be on their third damn baby, okay? After having them damn twins, because it's definitely giving Family Guy. Now that I know, all right, Pepe is 100% giving Family Guy. Now, y'all on the other hand ain't kiss outside a challenge. Alandria may not like you, because we know Nick gonna kiss everybody. Alandria may not like you. And can I also say, I don't know, she might, listen, even though I feel like Nick be out here kissing everybody or whatever the case is, maybe it could work if she actually relaxed and gave it a try with the white men. I think that could be an issue too, that she not used to dating white men. And that could be like, probably uncomfortable for her a little bit. May feel it's awkward. It's an adjustment, I feel. If you're not initially like, I'll say there may be white men that you may see and like, oh, he cute, he fine. You know what I'm saying? But if you got in a relationship with them, it's like a person I feel that has a different religion. It's just like new territory a little bit. So I mean, maybe that's what it is. Like that's the hesitancy. But he says it's a flame that's slowly building and they're making each other happy. And I could see if, again, we're at the end. If this would have happened 2 weeks ago or so, then maybe we would have saw more. Right? Maybe it would have gotten there. And it's very unfortunate. So Ace says he wants to be exclusive with Chelley, is what he talks about. He says he's never been at this point in his life where it's growing to an actual relationship. He said he can see building a future with her and her being his girlfriend. That's why he wants to be exclusive, because he wants the connection they have to go beyond the villa. He knows nobody else is coming into the villa for them to even be closed off. But with us leaving next week, I love this connection so much that I don't want to let it go. I don't want to leave the villa and then you got all these DMs from these guys and you start entertaining them. I want to leave the villa and I want us to continue to build on what we had here to see if it could really work in the future and really be something. And I don't fault him for that. I like that. Sometimes people would skip the whole closed off phase. And then like when Aaron was like, will you be my girlfriend? Dang, I said it. Yeah, baby, it was a struggle. Y'all remember last season? It was hard for Aaron to get that word out. Girlfriend, baby, I was tearing Aaron ass up last year. I feel like I'm gonna be tearing him up when I review Beyond the Villa too. But we shall see. Um, but I get it. You want to be exclusive, and I'm okay with the exclusive because I feel like that's before dating, and everybody. I mean, that's before girlfriend boyfriend. I feel like everybody has their own sit own way of that, right? You have your it's so many different things to describe one thing because you have your talking phase, which is somewhat of a situation ship where y'all talking, but y'all ain't really exclusive. So that person may be kicking it with somebody else, and then you may or may not be, but then y'all get yourselves messed up because you think that person ain't kicking it with nobody else, just you, because you ain't got no other options, which is dumb. So y'all in the talking phase until y'all admit that you guys are dating exclusively, right? So you're dating exclusively to see where this can go. Okay, now boom. Okay, yeah, this is my boyfriend. And I feel like it may just fall into that. Yeah, y'all may have a conversation of it, or y'all may be out and about and be like, oh, who's this? Oh, this is my girlfriend Nikki. You know, it may just be like that because y'all been so exclusive for so long. But it's levels and phases, child. But whatever works for y'all, good luck, honey. Anywho, so Amaya is feeling good about Brian being her person. And she says she feels bad because she doesn't want to make anyone feel bad. It's the people in the room. Who is the ones who you don't want to feel bad. They not here no more. What you talking about? You sound like Huda. You're a Huda hater. You sound like Huda when Huda sat up there and told Chris, I'm surprised nobody pulled me for a kiss at the challenge. Well, why would you say that? Oh, because we're still open. Who do you not want to make nobody feel away? That's crazy to me. And I don't think you should care about anybody's feelings because they didn't give a fuck about hurting yours most of the time that you was in the villa. Live your life. Enjoy that man. Okay. I can see you guys dating outside of the villa. Will it last? IDK. But I definitely can see it. I think that they both are smitten with each other, in my opinion. I know some people feel like Brian may be fake or whatever. Baby, Brian ain't at nowhere near as fake as Chris ass. Period. Okay? Nowhere near as fake. The kisses he gives to Amaya are willingly. The vibes he gives her, like, I really feel like they match each other to me. I like it. Now, if it's one more vote, I don't know if I like it enough to vote for that. But I'm gonna charge on my other phone and listen, we're gonna probably put both of the votes in, okay? Like I said. Anywho, so let's see. She says she feel bad because she doesn't want to make anybody feel okay. Boom. So Huda pulls Amaya for a chat. And she's still struggling to get there, but she says she's trying. She's still struggling to get there with the PDA situation or whatever, but she's trying. She says acts of service and words of affirmation are my love language. And she tells her to communicate. Amaya tells her you need to communicate that to him. Even if he doesn't do those things, it doesn't mean that he's bad for you. If he doesn't do those things, he just doesn't know what you like, or like people really, most of the time people don't know how to treat you, and you do have to show and you have to tell them how to treat you by letting them know what you will and what you will not tolerate, and also showing how you react to situations will let them know what they can and can't do with you too. So Chris says he and Huda are still figuring it out, and she's the toughest, but he's the toughest person that he's had to crack or whatever. That's what he says. You sure? I would think that she's not the toughest chick that you've had to crack, or the toughest nut you've had to crack. Child, well, which nut you talking about? Chris, which nut is you talking about, baby? She's the toughest nut you had to crack? Dad, you shouldn't have used that one, baby. But if you're talking about she's the toughest woman for you to get through to, um, then that means to me you may be a liar, right? Because you sat up there and said that you're used to women like that, you attract emotionally unstable women. So if that is what you do, then I am confusion. Because this should be normal for you. So which nut you talking about? Anywho, so Olandria gets a text and they have to do the Viva Las Vegas. Bubbles and slime. Okay? Nothing new to see here, people. Bubbles and slime. The only highlights is that one thing Huda gonna do, she gonna make sure that she lets y'all know I'm a dancer. Nasty dancer. Dancing for money, you do what you want me to do. And that's all alleged, right? Because I don't know what that lady did. I see the rumors flying around. But whatever it is, she got the skills of a nasty dancer. Dancing for money. So she's over there doing her thing. Twerking every chance she gets. Showing, shaking that ass. right? Then you got the guys. I feel like this opportunity was for the guys to pour all the slime on the ladies for no reason. They weren't even trying to get it in the basket. When Nick poured that shit on Olandria's braids, I could have swung around and said, "What? Like, this ain't Sierra. This ain't Sierra. Okay? This is tightly curled hair here. Okay? I gotta really get in here and washing, scrubbing, blending. I gotta do a lot up in here. Okay, but that's the challenge y'all signed up for. All right, period. But damn. Anyway, I think was it Amaya that started pouring hers on Brian? I said, I know that's fucking right, because you ain't finna sit up here and be dousing me and think you ain't finna get doused back. Are you okay? Hell no. Anywho, the challenge was cool, but it really wasn't a whole lot to sit up there and chat about, child. So Nick says this is the first time they've kissed since Soul Ties. Girl, chew me up later, honey. So that's crazy to me. Cause Pepe and Iris done kissed at least 100. 100. They have kissed at least 100 times outside the challenge, baby. Okay. No, I know y'all, I know, girl. But what I'm saying is Nick confirmed when they played ball afterwards that they have a similar situation with Pepe and Iris. And no, I'm just letting you know because. But listen though, Pepe and Iris both said they didn't even consider looking each other's way like that. But you would have thought that they was connected from the beginning, the way they kissing it down and hunching. I'm just saying, okay? But these people over here, Nick and Olandria, said the initial attraction was there from the beginning because they kissed each other in the beginning. But we looking for it. Do anybody see the attraction? Is it down there? I'm trying to find it. Okay? Girl, it's giving Where's Waldo. Yes, it is. It's giving Where's Waldo. And we are still searching. But I support being the Lulu until it's true. And it may not be true in the villa. It may be true outside of the villa. Right? Where they don't have that pressure and cameras and stuff. Okay? Maybe. I'm just saying. Okay? It's just a different little vibe. So Nick believes they are extremely attracted to each other. Okay. He talking about something when he with Olandria, he feels like a kid. The same kid that Taylor felt like. Huh? The same kid Taylor felt like when him and old girl would be laying all up on each other, but y'all be sitting a little piece of a distance apart, you and Olandria. But you getting flutters. Nick, who have you not gotten flutters with? Okay. Olandria tells Shelly that Nick makes her feel giggly. Shelly asks about the kiss, and Olandria is looking at her like, "Girl, we been kissing. Like, where you been at?" She clearly know that y'all haven't kissed outside of a challenge. It seems. And also, she also see what we see that the connection ain't there. That's why Ace sat up there and asked him, "Are you ready to dive in?" It's not flowing. So Olandria wants to kiss him outside of the challenge again, she says, because they wrote it off too soon the last time. Now, I will say this. I'm wondering if she's waiting for him to make the first move again like he did the last time. That's probably why she's not putting it out there, because maybe she wait for him to come up on her a little bit. So she says that she feels different in this connection than before, and says Nick reassures her in ways that she never felt before. I believe that. I do. I believe that. I believe Nick embraces her. I think he touches her. I think he gives her what it is that I think he gives her that Taylor wouldn't give. Whether she wants it from him, I don't know. Because sometimes it is gonna be that person that you might not want to be attracted to that may give you a little more than the other person. I mean, it could be that. So Shelly said, "Girl, I hear all that bullshit, but listen, I'm ready. I'm ready for the kiss. That's what I'm ready for the kiss, girl. Let me get that, okay?" And I said, but didn't you already hear about the last one? The last one they did in Soul Ties, but you ready to hear about the kiss like it's a new thing or something? I don't know. Anywho, Pepe and Iris talking, nobody cares. Okay, they kiss, and that's the kiss lasts longer than the conversation. Let's move on. Olandria and Nick go to speak easy. And Nick talks about, and this is where I was wondering if she was waiting for him to make that move. Girl, me and you now. I've been waiting, thinking about making that move now. Tell me how you like it. Just girl, just kiss the man if that's what you want to do, okay? So Nick didn't expect to get this far, so he says he doesn't have clothes. He got like 6 outfits or something. Cause he didn't expect to get keep that. Hold it, hold on to it. Hold on to it. So he says he didn't have a lot of clothes, so he wasn't expecting them to get that far. Nick says that's the thing with life for him. He isn't prepared much. Y'all know what I'm finna say, right? Y'all know what I'm finna say. Y'all know what I'm finna say. Nick, baby. what Beyonce had told what Beyonce told Farrah, it's better for you to lead than to pack your luggage. We can send you your luggage. It's better for you to leave than to pack your luggage. We could send you your luggage. Right? And I say that because if you didn't pack much and you didn't expect to get this far, when you made the decision to close off with Sierra because that connection was so strong, why did you not pack the 6 items that you have and leave? Get their head, no bread, and leave. Why did you not go? You weren't even expecting to get this far. You were so upset that she was being kicked out of the villa that you didn't leave with her to go find out what it was about. Well, maybe he felt like his connection was still there. Maybe it was his wife, Olandria. Maybe that's why he stayed. Well, that's what I wanted to clock with you. You were so closed off. Your connection was so strong. I didn't even think I would get this far. So if you didn't think you would get this far, why did you not pack your 6 items and leave? Yeah. Sierra, I hope you're watching. Hope you're paying attention. It was never you. Period. And Olandria, I'm afraid that it was never you either. Because according to him, and the theme of his life is he's not prepared much. But don't put your hands on me, okay? Don't put your hands on me. But prepare to do research via Chat GPT to have a child that he can't get rid of. What's going on again? What are we doing here? It's not making sense. Nick, you make no sense. But we'll keep going. She says that she has to have a plan, honey. She needs a plan. He asked her where her head is at. She says, or they both pretty much talk about how they're really attracted to each other and he really likes her and he likes being physical with her. The only physical that y'all get is cuddles. But okay, I respect that. And she said, no, he tells her he really happy with her. She says, oh, my Nicky Poo. And I said, I thought it was Big Nick. But maybe it's a habit because she has been calling him Nicky Poo for so many weeks. So maybe that's just what, maybe she was like, that's a habit. And he still could be my Nicky Poo even though we in a couple. So I guess. They go to the photo booth. They get all touchy and feely. He grabs her breast. She embraces it. They kiss. They cut the kiss off. Now, why the fuck would y'all cut that kiss off but we over there watching Hannah like she in fucking Titanic or something? What's going on? Hated it. Let's get to Amaya and Brian. So they discuss Huda and Chris and how they are great together, but need to get over this rough patch with a bit of communication. And she wants them to plan something at the dock to get them to talk. Now, Huda, to me, complains about everything because when it's time for Brian them to put their play in action, Chris touches her. He said, I'll be right back. She says, ugh, don't put your hands on me. And I'm like, your dirty hands on me? Don't ever fucking do that. Girl, what? You just don't like him. She's not physically attracted to him, but she likes his qualities. Um, yeah, nah. Because I feel like you and Jeremiah would have been doing worse. And then y'all do whole nasty, slimy ass challenges. And you be kissing this man all through the challenges and the bubbles and everything else. But then you got the audacity to sit up here and tell this man not to put his dirty hands on you. Okay. Shout out to the people in the chat. We have over 800 people in the chat. So if we could get the likes up, that'd be great. We could start with hitting 300 likes. We're at 279 right now, according to my watch. So if we can get to 300 and then 4, that'll be great. If we have 800, we really should be at least at a minimum 400, guys. So thank you so much for being here. So Amaya. Amaya finds it to be so, well, no, for me, I'm sorry. I find Amaya to be hilarious because, of course, Chris was able to go ahead and pull Brian. I'm sorry, Brian pulled Chris, sent him to the dock, went to the bathroom, right? Amaya pulls Huda, and then she told her she got to go to the bathroom. Then Huda said, no, I just come with you. She was like, nah, girl, but you really can go over there to the, go sit with him. And she was like, well, no, I got to wash my hands anyway, so I just come over there with you. Like it's cool. Child, I holler. Amaya get in there. She says, yeah, so I can't I can't do a number 2 if people are in here. I mean, it's just this weird thing about me. I know Huda was like, girl, you've been doing this shit all season, and now all of a sudden you guys, what's going on? She said, so you could just go out there to the dock. And she's like, okay. So, of course, Huda does eventually go out there to the dock. Her and Chris sitting around like, yo, what you doing over here? Oh, I'm waiting on Brian. Oh, no, I'm waiting on Amaya. Damn, I think we've been played. Shit. So that was really funny. That was cute. That was funny. Hilarious. Chris tells her he doesn't like to take yesterday's emotions into a new day. Do y'all hear why I say Chris is full of shit from what I said earlier in the review? Chris, baby, when it came down to the kiss situation, when she looked around after the baby challenge, you actually brought that into another day. That's why that's why we're here. She contributed to it, yes. However, you brought it. So why are you now saying you ain't trying to bring it into another day? It's given. I'm finna tell this later, whatever the hell it is that I need to tell. Y'all right. I keep forgetting Olandria said that she's a slow burn. My bad. Okay. My bad. And so then that confirms to me that she needs him to take more initiative versus her. But with the Chris situation, I feel like Chris has been the one to drag things into the next day. So for him to say that he's not trying to do that and he just wants to move forward, you're saying whatever you need to tell her to stay in the villa because you realize you only got a few more days. Came too far, okay, to cut it off now. So she asked if her being intimate with him more privately is not enough for him. Did y'all hear how she asked that? If me being intimate with you more in private, is that not enough for you? First of all, it's a rhetorical ass question because you already know the answer to that. But then 2, it was also given to me like, you should be glad that I'm even, doing all of that with you privately for real. Yikes. Yikes. So he says it's not about it being enough for me. And she tells him the same thing, pretty much talking about how she's not trying to kiss in public. Right. And she double downs on that. And he says that, look, I already know that. So if you already said that we already had a conversation, ain't shit changing. Why are you even bringing it up now? Why are you even rehashing it? You know what I'm saying? So then Huda asked, is it a deal breaker? And then this is where he says stupid shit that I just can't rock with. He told me, no, it ain't a deal breaker. If it was, I would have left. Sir, you've been wanting to leave, right? You've been wanting to leave. You've been telling people that you can't even get this. You can't take it, right? So he says that he would have left already if it was. And he says he is open to hear her if she if it's basically she addresses it properly. Basically, it's just how she addresses it. And Huda asked him to acknowledge her more. Like nothing got accomplished in this fucking conversation aside from Huda not wanting to give him what it is that he desires, right? Because you're technically already doing that behind closed doors, but still in public, in front of everybody and in front of America. Hello. But you want him to acknowledge you more. He wants to be acknowledged in public, but you want him to acknowledge you more and give you more attention because that's what you need, but not giving a fuck about what it is that he may need or want. And y'all voting for that to spite the viewers because of how we view it and how we viewing Huda? Y'all gonna vote for that? Okay, good luck. Okay, right? So he says sure because he knows when he tells her sure I could do that. That's because he knows the time is coming to an end. So let me say this. One, as I told you guys earlier, I think that Huda is a beautiful girl. Do not get it twisted. I think she's a very beautiful woman. Her choices are extremely annoying. Her behavior, her attitude is extremely annoying. I need her to go and watch this entire season from front to back. Front to back. And I need her to learn something from this. Okay? I can't. They're not getting my vote. No need, no surprise there. It was two things I wanted to say about this. One, I personally feel like Huda not showing public display with Chris. I think Huda forgets that cameras are inside of the bedroom. I think Huda forgets that when y'all fuck, we can see it. Therefore, she knows all of the cameras are outside. And the reason she's not kissing old boy is I personally believe she still has a strong desire for Jeremiah. I personally believe, and this is my personal, not yours, is mine. I personally believe that when Huda comes out of the villa, she would attempt to rekindle things with Jeremiah. And she wants to be able to show Jeremiah that she wasn't fully all in on this guy because it was always him. However, Jeremiah and the world are seeing you fucking the man, and you're doing it under the covers so that if it were, and to me, if she has a small inkling of him seeing it, she may be assuming that, well, no, we were just playing under the covers. Like, you can't tell that we were having sex. Like, that's not what we were doing, because we all know Huda is a liar. Huda's a liar. Okay? So that is what I think is going on here. And my thought before that is, when I told y'all, Chris had a conversation with Ace about it. Clock that. Huda had a conversation with Iris about it. Huda had a conversation with Amaya about it. Chris had a conversation with Brian about it. My thing is this. Why are we being private and public with a kiss amongst islanders that know what the fuck is going on? How else could they judge you on your connection with Chris if everybody knows what the fuck y'all doing? You not wanting to kiss him is your personal decision, and it doesn't have anything to do with judgment or anybody else. So for me, the only logical thing that I can think of is that you still have a desire to rekindle with a man that don't want you. When you get out of the villa, the same way you went, you had that fucking, I don't care what nobody talking about, okay? You go out on that date with this man, and I'm going to remind you every time. You come back, you get a people a completely different fucking story. You sit down amongst the ladies, they talking about their couplings, you want to be a part of that, you get a people a completely different fucking story. It is not out of bounds for me to believe that Huda would try to manipulate what a person has seen on TV by coming to them and saying, see, I didn't even kiss him outside of a challenge. I wasn't even doing X, Y, and Z. Yeah, he wanted me to kiss, but I would like look around like I didn't want to do it. Like, damn, here. but then go behind the scenes and be fucking on a man. Are you okay? You do know we're gonna get all of this. So what's the real reason? That's the only thing that I could think of, is that she still has hope to get back with Jeremiah when Jeremiah don't even want you. I don't even think Jeremiah's family would let him do that. I feel like his family does have a heavy influence on him. Hell, look at how when it came to Andrina, we watched the video. We watched the video about Andrina, or him talking to old boy about Andrina, right? So we watched the video and he said he was gonna hear her out. The audience said, the viewers said, "Oh no, we don't even think that you should do that." So then he changes his mind. Jeremiah can be swayed, but I don't think he can be swayed to go back to Huda, especially after watching everything play out. Andrina, he may give a chance, right? But that's not happening. And that is what you're doing. And that's the play for me. You want to manipulate what's being shown. I'm still into Jeremiah. And that's that. And it's not gonna work out in your best interest. So good luck, girl. And then I will not be over the fact that she wants to do things privately, but you're going around having conversations with the other islanders about what y'all are talking about, what is going on. He's upset because when you having a conversation in the dressing room with Iris and Amaya, everybody else hear that. Everybody else in there. Everybody else is in there. So everybody knows what's going on. So you might as well just start kissing the man in public. You fucking him in private. That's crazy. Anyway. Yikes. Yeah, you wanted that, girl. I can't. Anyway. Ace and Chelley, they're over there chatting, y'all. And while they're talking, I feel like they are so into each other. All I heard was Tamia, "I am so into you. I really like what you done for me. I can't really explain it. I am so into you." I said, y'all need to get somebody to remake that when they play it in that moment, because that's what it was given. All right. Ace gets a text about going to the Hideaway. Everybody gets it right. When they put the camera on Iris, I said, Iris want to go in that Hideaway so bad. Iris want Pepe to eat that thing in the Hideaway. She want to go so bad, and I'm glad she confirmed it. So after everybody said, Ace and Chelley, I said, rightfully so. Finally, rightfully so. Okay. Then she said, I wanted to go to the Hideaway. I wanted to go. I wanted us to go in there. I really could have given it to you if we were private, you know? Girl, cut it out. Matter of fact, that's the private that you're talking about, Huda. That's the private. Behind them closed doors. But anyway, Iris really wanted to go in there. But I said, Iris, pop, scoot back. The Hideaway is only for winners. And you're not winning. Period. It's between Amaya and Ace. And Chelley and Brian. Scoot back. Thank you. So, yeah. They decided they finna go ahead and go to the Hideaway. Hideaway. Ace and Chelley in the Hideaway. So my first thought was, hey, best friend. Excuse me. I'm speaking. Best friend. Are you there? Are you there? I know you sick, girl. Let's keep going. So they get to the Hideaway and stuff, and she goes to change, and while she's going in there to change, he runs outside because he didn't have nothing planned, but it was cute. We appreciate the effort. Puts a heart in the sand, put A+C, put an arrow through it. Love it. Right? So then she comes outside wondering, like, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, he guides her to the steps blind, with her eyes closed and stuff, tell her to look. And you see the heart? You see I put an arrow in it? It was cute. So he said he wrote something for her. And I don't remember everything that he wrote, but whatever he told her was that it was genuine and it was really from the heart. You know what I'm saying? And it was an intimate moment between them and him just telling her how great it's been, to be coupled up with her. I love that he called her his Cinderella that slipped away. And now they're back again. And all of that, how she makes him feel. He hasn't been to this place before. It was really, really cute. I actually really liked it a lot. And then he said her name. What is it? Is it Chelley Evelyn Besant or something like that. So he said her full government name, and I loved it. And for him to say the full government name to me and remember it, that to me lets me know that they've also had much deeper conversations than what we've seen on the surface. Okay. And so he asked her to be exclusive to only each other. And she said yes. And they kissed, they kissed, they kissed. And y'all finna be mad at what I'm finna say. But that's when I put in all caps, these are the winners of Love Island USA season 7. That's what I think. Okay. That's just what it looks like to me. Now Amaya might win. She might. I don't see Chris and Huda winning. I just don't. I feel like when they've done the votes, she has never really been at the top for real, for real. But she's been in the number. Pepe and Iris, I see them getting there before Huda and Chris, right? Um, yeah. So who all we got? Nicolandria, Chelley, Pepe and Iris, Amaya and Brian, and there's another couple, right? Oh, Chris and Huda. Chris and Huda. So yeah, the next people I see leaving the villa could potentially be Pepe and Iris for well, because I see them leaving the island because one, they haven't been getting much screen time for real, in my personal. So people aren't gonna be able to be, to me, that much invested in their story. Two, I feel like the Huda supporters are going to try to show up more for her to at least get her to the finals, even if she doesn't win, just to get her there. But I don't know, because I also feel like when they did the roll call or the ratings or whatever, and they put Nick Olandria down with Taylor and Clark, I really think that Nick and Olandria were much higher on the scale because people have been yearning for them to be together from the beginning. I think they just played into the semantics as if they got the lowest votes, but I don't think they did. I think that they actually were before Chris and Huda. But for the dramatic purposes, because they're still in the bottom few, possibly, right? Or maybe not. But because they're for dramatic purposes, I feel like they put those two up there to let them know and let Ace know one of your guys going home. But I definitely can see Nicole Landria up there higher than Chris and Huda for sure. So Pepe and Iris might make it to the finals, but I definitely see Shelly and Ace winning the show. What will be a double whammy, which will be crazy, is if Pepe and Iris won the show, because we all have been figuring out who and why and how people are voting for them. And if they were to go on to win the show, it's because, in my personal, and you guys can say what you want to say, they don't want to have another black couple to win back to back. Right? You had a white couple season 1, season 2 you had a black couple, season 3 you had friendship couple. I want to say white, but Corey was mixed. Season 4 you had the black couple with Zeta. Season 5 you had Hannah and Marco. Similar to me, I don't think they're. I think Marco maybe with Italian or white or something, and then I think that Hannah is there. I think Marco and Hannah. I think her name was Hannah too. I think she was Hispanic or something, and then after that you had season Am I going right? Season 4, season 5, season 6. Yeah, Cordell and Serena, a black couple. So it seems like it's been flip flopping, alternating, right? Flip flopping, alternating between a black couple, non black couple, right? So now I feel like if they were to win, in my personal, it's because they don't want another black couple to win. When rightfully, um, Amaya might still win though. And if Amaya win, if even if Pepe and Iris don't win, I still am going to I'm gonna feel a little mixed. I'm gonna feel like they put her in that position because we know America loves her, and it could be the votes, but also it's a non-black couple. Even though people say that Amaya is black, but girl, y'all be confusing me because I don't know. Because people say Dominicans are black, and I don't know if they are or not. Okay, I'm not even gonna hold you. I don't know. Okay, so but either way, it could be potentially Amaya. But if Ace and Shelly don't win, it could potentially be because they don't want another black couple to win back to back. I feel like there may be more people invested in Ace and Shelly's story. I think over this past week, especially with that baby challenge, I've been seeing the tide change of a lot of people saying Nah, Ace won me over. Ace won me over. I mean, he definitely kind of got me a little bit. Definitely kind of got me a little bit. So yeah, if there's another vote for winners, it's gonna be real interesting because I don't know. But as long as Ace, Chelley, Amaya, and Brian win, I'm okay with that. One of the two, I'm okay with that. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts about that. Also, they're gonna be flying the family out. I feel like most of the time when we've seen the family, it has been, I can't remember if they did that in season 3 or not. But I feel like for the last 2 seasons or so, they've had people meet the families on the screen. And I'm sure, of course, they had something to do with COVID and stuff. But now they're flying the family out. And that's a bit exciting. So I can't wait to see what people think and have to say about everything. Yeah, it's gonna be nice. So I guess we're gonna get that on tonight's episode. But yeah, guys, that's what's going on. Okay, so season 3 was a Zoom call, right? Okay, thanks. I thought so. And then wasn't season 4? I think the last 3 seasons, season 4, 5, and 6, right? Um, that's funny. Let me see. I think we're good on all of that. Oh, thank you so much for the super chat, Camille. Bringing up OSHIF, recognizing cues, reading the room. Taylor should have told Olandria ASAP once realizing he wasn't into her. Don't hold me, ma'am. Listen, I agree. Thank you for the super chat. I agree because that's typically how it works with Love Island. When you're not, attracted to somebody, you go to another islander, you tell them how you feel, and that islander will encourage you to just keep it a buck with them. Not know, oh, she's cooking your dumbass breakfast. That's not really how that goes. Now, granted, you may tell them to give it a chance. And if you still feel like it's not connecting, then let them know because the goal is about being fair, not staying on the island. And that's why I felt like Ace was moving earlier in the season like this was Love Island games. And that's not like this is not a game. That's not what we're doing. Right. He was just trying to keep his boys in the game until the very end. Talking about if anybody deserves a person or deserve their person or whatever happiness is Taylor. Child, I guess, son. Do what you gonna do. It's your thing. Do what you wanna do. I can't tell you who to sock it to. Somebody else asked me if I watched Clark and Taylor's interview. Not yet, but I do plan on watching it. I did ask if anybody have the link to it, if they could add me on Twitter or maybe DM it to me on IG so I can go to it and check it out. And yeah, we'll go from there. Okay, guys. But that's all that I have. That's all that I have for you guys at this particular time. I thank you all so much for watching. If we could get the likes up, okay? Because we had almost 1,000 people in the chat and we still couldn't even crack 400 likes. Shame, shame, shame. So if you guys could go ahead, like up the video. If we can get it to 1,000, that would be awesome. Thank you all so much for being here. Yes, Be Wise, I did talk about the BuzzFeed article yesterday. I actually tapped into two things yesterday. If you guys want to go check those videos out, I talked about Sierra coming out with her statement in her video regarding the situation that took place. I also got into Chelley as well and the BuzzFeed situation. So we talked about both of those things on yesterday. So make sure you guys go and check those videos out if you have not, because I wanted to give y'all a little something because I knew I wasn't going to be there that night to cover the show. So there's that. All right. Okay. So okay, Chicks in the Office. Okay, so they were on their podcast. Okay, thank you. Thank you. All right, guys. Thanks for being here. I'll catch y'all in the next one, honey. Bye-bye.
Tell him I preach to the choir. Stand with my feet to the fire. Give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters. I'm silent. Nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification. Them numbers hit like it's a praxis. Cashed out at the ATM and the ATL. They done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATF. Got them trying to clone me like Agent Smith. Game time, I invaded gym. High elevated, I can face the rim. Putting shots up. I got laser focus, about to take it over. I'm Invader Zim. On a trip to Florida like it's A&M. Who that nigga, man? They say I'm him. Spit the truth, never wasting film. I can feel the pool. We gon' make them swim, nigga.